Hey, what's up? Romain from Glebe Kitchen here. If you've ever wondered how to make those wonderful soupy lentils that you get in Indian restaurants, stick around. Not surprisingly, the first thing you need to do when you're making lentil curry is cook some lentils. A little masoor dal, some water, some turmeric, bring it to a simmer, cover the pot, and wait. It's just as easy as that. There's one ingredient in this Tarka dal that you may not be familiar with, and that's curry leaves. They're a fresh herb that gives South Indian cuisine that distinctive flavor. I'm addicted to them and I'm not ashamed to admit it. Try them for yourself. These lentils have been cooking for about 20 minutes and as you can see they're really not ready. But that's okay, while they finish cooking we'll get started on the Tarka. The Tarka is where the magic happens in this lentil curry, so pay attention. Preheat your pan and add a little oil. Toss in a couple Kashmiri chilies, some mustard seed and some cumin seed. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of people always saying add the whole spices and cook them until they crackle. What does that even mean, crackle? Picture or a video I guess is worth 1,000 words. See the little bubbles around the spices? That's what crackle looks like. This Tarka dal is done more in the traditional Indian style, so there's no curry base here. There's onions, lots of onions. And you want those onions to get brown, not crazy brown, but brown. And that takes time. But it's time well spent. If you skip this step, your Tarka dal's gonna suck. And then you'll leave me all sorts of nasty comments and I'll say, hey, I told you so. Once that's done, add some green chilies and those wonderful curry leaves I told you about. It's not the end of the world, I guess. If you can't get fresh curry leaves, it'll still taste good. Don't leave out the kasur methi though, that would just be bad. Oh, and don't worry about trying to figure out the quantities of ingredients. There's a link to the recipe down below. At this point, you're probably thinking this would be way better with tomatoes, so let's do that. I like a mix of fresh diced tomatoes and tomato puree. You could go with one or the other. If you're only going to use one, I would use the fresh tomatoes. They add a nice bright note to the Tarka. And that's it, the Tarka's done. It's time to check the lentils. Every lentil is different, but I find it takes masoor dal about an hour to get to the point where I like it. And this is where I like it. See how the lentils have broken down? I call that perfect. It's time to put all this together. Smart people would probably transfer the Tarka to a bowl and then transfer that into the pot. I'm not smart and I don't like doing dishes, so I'm just going to scrape the Tarka right into the lentils. Lucky for me, I didn't make a huge mess because I would have had to start this whole video over. Actually, for all you know, that's exactly what happened and I did do it twice. Could have happened that way, I'll never tell. I like to undersalt along the way, that way I can season to taste at the end. I also like my Tarka dal a little bit runny, so I always add a little water at the end. If your tastes run to a thicker dal, adjust accordingly. The tomatoes added some brightness, but to really bring this all together, I like a big handful of cilantro. That's it, Tarka dal's done. I like Tarka dal as a vegetarian entree or as a side to any big Indian meal. In fact, I like it any way I can get it. The recipe for this Tarka dal, along with detailed instructions, is available at glebekitchen.com. If you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, please subscribe or give me a like. And remember, life's too short for bad food.